Hey guys, welcome back to another Surgical Tech Tips. We are here at the CSN campus here in Nevada, and I'm doing a few videos here this weekend, and one of them is going over some questions that I proposed to you, the community out there, that you wanted to ask some actual tech students. So let's ask away. All right, first off, let's go over names. Teresa? Amber?
Lauren?
Crystal.
And Crystal. All of these lovely ladies have volunteered to come answer some questions for you guys. So the first question I have is from Kaylee. How do you remember procedural steps so you're ready and can anticipate the surgeon in a surgery? Like how are you coping with that actually in the field now in your clinical?
Well, I would say it's kind of hard, but we do, at the end of the week, we have to turn in like procedure reports and remember everything that goes on during the surgery. We have to write down kind of like the steps and what we did. So like having those and just rereading them all the time really helps. Well, helps me.
Repetition.
I feel like I don't remember the procedure steps. It's just you're in there and you kind of know what's next because it just makes sense. It's logical. It's like, okay, first you're gonna cut, and then they're gonna bovie, and then they're gonna use the hemostat. So I don't remember the steps.
Because no, that's totally true, because a lot of the surgeries are exactly those steps.
Yeah.
Sometimes mnemonics, like the drill measure taps here, like don't marry too soon. So you have to, for ortho procedures, you have to kind of remember stuff like that.
Yeah.
Order.
Yeah. Cool. Next one is from Clea. What do you do on your downtime between surgeries, or do you have any downtime between surgeries?
Usually not.
Yeah, not really.
Usually it's just back to back to back to back.
Yeah, so your carts are already like checked over in the morning. And so then when you start the first case, then you're gonna like turn over as quickly as you can and start the next one. But if there is downtime, then you're putting supplies away.
I stock stockings.
Yeah,
Go to the bathroom.
Eat, get a drink of water.
Yeah.
Try to stay busy all the time though.
Yeah.
Find something.
Definitely. You never want to look like you're just sitting idle. Always look like you're busy. Next one's from Taylor. How have you coped with the nice smells in surgery?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't think anything smells
I
bad.
haven't had any bad smells yet.
Ember has.
So tissue plume has not been like a big issue.
No, I like it.
I love the smell,
It reminds me of bacon.
That's a little disturbing.
Okay, so the very first case I ever had was he had diabetes, and his legs were dead, totally necrotic, basically.
Yeah.
That smell, I just wasn't expecting it. I'd never smelled anything like it before. I've never been dizzy or fainting like that in my life, and I was just like woozy for a minute.
Have you had to deal with any?
I was fine. I didn't have to sit down or anything, but it was like took me by surprise.
So you haven't done like a dead bowel case?
No.
Where you open up somebody's stomach and it's just full of dead bowel and it just smells so great.
It sounds like a good time.
I know.
Smells so good. All right, next question's from Courtney. What are some must-know skills and information before going into your clinical? Some must-know stuff before you head on in, or what's kind of helped you the best?
I love that our labs were set up like real world, and the setups, like we did them over and over and over and over. And then of course the actual surgery part, you can only fake it so much.
Yeah.
So, but everything we did here, like I think really prepared us.
Yeah, Chris does a good job. Our instructors all do a really good job teaching us sterile technique and all that.
So you say like the mock surgery part is like what helped you out the most?
Really great job, I think.
Because we started so simply, it was like gowning and gloving. And it felt like you could never even do that right. Because I know some students have gone in there and can't even drape a mayo.
Yeah.
So yeah, all this lab work is awesome.
Good.
Another thing would be like understanding that there are a lot of different personalities in the hospital and the OR, and just kind of like how to deal with people who are not so awesome and people who are great. Like,
yeah,
not so awesome.
Totally true. Totally true, because you got to deal with all those different personalities. Actually, this next question has to do with that. Manjean, he has a question. Have you had to deal with a difficult surgeon or other employee, and how have you coped with that?
As students, we
Just
You just
You
deal with
really
it.
just stay
Just take
quiet,
smile.
keep your mouth
You
shut.
comply.
Smile at her.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
or
almost cried
avoid her,
Yeah.
one time.
her when you
Almost
see her
her.
coming.
Or him. So I'm actually pretty tough, and things don't normally get to me. But I was having everybody has their days, so I was kind of having a bad day, and the surgeon, she would ask for a Kelly. I'd hand her a Kelly. She'd say, no, that's a hemostat, and she'd want the peon when she was asking for the Kelly. And then she, different things like that. And so finally she was like, do you even know your instruments? And I was like, oh my God, I am not gonna cry. There's no crying in the OR. But yeah, as a student, you just have to take it. But as an employee, I have seen employees basically say, look, we're all working together here. If you want to keep acting like that, I can leave. I can find someone else to take my place.
They
But
stick up first too.
yeah, they
A
do.
lot of the time.
Yeah, that's great.
But then there's some really awesome surgeons too. So
Yeah,
that really
they're not all horrible.
Most
with that.
No,
They
yeah,
are
most are
Yes.
awesome. They want to teach you, and they show you things or touch this, and I'm like, oh yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's also, we've come to learn, you got to think about kind of their backstory, and sometimes if they're mean, you got to figure out why they're like that, or if they're just like that, you don't know. So
They could just be bringing stuff in from outside of the OR into the OR.
Everybody
Yeah,
has
That
their
type of thing.
stuff.
Everyone's got a crappy day every now and then.
Just always be prepared and have stuff in the room so you're not waiting, making the surgeon wait.
and don't really take it personal.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Don't take it personal.
No crying.
All right, last question is going to be for Chris, their teacher. This was coming from Jacob, and he was asking what the average age of your students are. And that's over the course of all the classes that you've taught.
I'd say youngest has been 19.
19.
All the way up to probably late 40s.
Yeah.
But I'd say the classes are mostly made up of mid-20s to mid-30s.
Mid-20s.
For the most part, yeah.
I would guess it would probably be mid-20s.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that you 45-year-olds out there can.
Yeah, no.
You can still come in. I know I've gotten a lot of messages from some people in their 40s asking if that's too old to even think of going to school, and it's not. It's totally not.
Not at all.
You
And
can
I
do
think
this.
sometimes some of the students that are advanced in
Yeah.
age, they have more life experience. So
Mhm.
sometimes they're better students because maybe they've gone to a bunch of school and it's not their first college experience. So
Yeah,
it's both ways. If you want to do it, do it.
I can see that.
Yeah.
All right. So that is the end of this Q&A with students and teacher, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye.